factory.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So nice to see you. Steve-O, Saturday, brother. Rock Valkyrie, the poet. I liked your remix there of M. Stein's Sons. little poem there. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, nice to see you guys. Hey, we're going to be doing Bravo Tour this morning. A little change of pace from our normal Saturday mornings. It kind of sounds weird to say normal Saturday mornings. Like, we've been in Europe. Rob Valkyrie and I have been in Europe every Saturday morning for about the past 3 months. So it's a little weird flying domestic. But
Here's Pentagon.
hey, Pentagon. Hello, Rob. But yeah, we're going to be flying a hop in the Bravo Tour again. The Bravo Tour, I'll explain more later on, but we're going to be going from Kansas City to Marine Air Base in Miramar, California, and should be a pretty fun trip. It's going to be very relaxed, no ATC, about 3 hours flight time. I think it's a little on the longer side. What's it say here about? What say you, Simbrief? 2 hours and 54 minutes. But yeah, not a whole lot even going on, really. Some weather kind of right where we're at, and then looks like there's maybe some a little marine layer or something. It's red dot right now at Miramar, but a lot of times that stuff burns off as the day gets a little bit older. And yeah, so I'm expecting a nice flight in the beautiful 747 Queen of the Skies. And we're going to be doing Atlas Air. I researched a little bit. Honestly, if I was going to fly to Miramar, it's a pretty much a military transport type base. There's really no commercial flights that go into and out of Miramar. So, maybe I could have flown like a citation in there, like bringing a general in or something like that. But anyway, it's we're just gonna do this just because it was a fun choice, and I missed it last time. I was gonna do it 2 Bravo tours ago. Wait, sneeze coming? Maybe. Hey, Tim Dog, what's going on? Anyway, so two Bravo tours ago, I missed it, and so I felt like it'd be nice to do a little bit of a makeup for you guys. All right, let's jump in and get going. And yeah, Steve-O, she is awesome. I love this plane. I really do. It's been a little quirky for me, I'll be honest with you. And I'm still finding a few things. I don't know. It's just like weird for me. The throttles have been a little weird. And yeah, but performance has kind of been iffy, but that's okay. We're gonna fly it anyway. So anyway, if you want to go or if you want to fly along, I'm at Orlando. I'm in the cargo area, and oh, there you go. Steve-O is putting some stuff down there, but I do know that they have some biz jets that fly into and out of that. If you don't have a larger aircraft. Oh, you were stationed there. Oh, heck yeah. So can you confirm just there because I know sometimes you can get where did we fly to? Edwards Air Force Base. It'll sometimes have some commercial traffic that'll come in from time to time, or at least like a 757, if it's not a commercial like United 757, at least it's a commercial type of aircraft. But yeah, it was home of Top Gun. Yes, that is right. That is the claim to fame of this airfield. So anyway, happy to be flying there. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get started. I think we need to It's a little bit of a startup here. I actually have developed an abbreviated checklist, by the way, for this. So hopefully it'll help save us a little bit of time. And
Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on. Cockpit to ground. Connect ground power.
yeah, this can be an aircraft that takes a fair bit of time to get set up.
Ground
So
power
it's
connected.
it's kind of fun to do it that way sometimes, go through all the checks and all that good stuff, because like every button is modeled and works and has an effect. And but anyway, we're going to do a little bit of an abbreviated one since we have a 3-hour flight. They will have military chartered flights. Okay, well, we're going to pretend that we're bringing in a bunch of cargo today. Hey, Rob, what's going on? Yep. Indeed, sir. Indeed. We are going to be flying the Queen. All right. Let's go ahead and let's jump in here. Let's get some fuel. We're just going to use load sheet data. Looks like we're going to need to add a little bit of fuel. We're going to just do that again. Just making sure here. This is another thing that's been a little strange. Sometimes these numbers don't match up very well. Block fuel. Oh, yeah, wait a second. I know what I need here. I need to go to the load calculator first. And let's get everything in here. So this is about a 1,200-mile trip, 1,203 to be exact. Looks like our flight level will be 360. I would guess we'll have a little bit of a headwind here if normally traveling westbound, if that holds true. Let's go to top of climb. Just looking at my sim brief here. Yeah, about 21 knot tailwind. So you put that in as a -20. And our alternate, where is our alternate? Probably not too far away, like LA or something. So we'll put 250 in there for alternate distance. Contingency fuel, that's fine. All right, and then since we are a cargo variant, we need a payload of about 84,000 pounds. So we're going to just check this out, see how close we get. There's 60, there's 90. Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. So a little more than what we are supposed to have, but we'll load that. And now we can go to refuel. Load sheet data. Yeah, it's a little bit more fuel than I actually need, but that's okay too. Block fuel here, according to Subrief, is about 97,000 pounds, so that's okay. We'll fuel that guy there, and payload should already be loaded here. Nope. Instant board. There we go. All right, all that stuff is set. Very good, very good. Yeah, gonna be a good day. I really have been looking forward to this flight. I'll be honest with you. It's been, yeah, I've been practicing this bird. It's just such a fun plane to fly. It really is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The fact that there's no ATC is I used to be bummed out about that, and still I do like to fly with ATC, but sometimes on a Saturday morning it's just nice to have a nice quiet flight and just visit with you guys too. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a nice relaxing morning here. All right, the APU, we're going to go ahead and get you started. And normally you'd go through the squib test. You'd also come down here, you'd check your DC, AC, make sure that everything is looking good before you'd even start this. But again, I'm doing kind of an abbreviated start checklist today, so should get us in the air about 45 minutes faster than it would if I went through the entire one. Rob, right? I mean, I categorize it as like a wide body STOL aircraft because I mean it takes off in such a short distance, it lands at such a relatively slow speed, and you're right, it's just a nice, peaceful, gentle, stable aircraft. As long as you are not in a hurry to, to maneuver. I mean, like it goes, it gets you from point A to point B quickly, but you have to plan time for your turns and your descent and slowing down and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's just when you get it right, it's so much fun, so much fun. All right, bleed air coming on here. Where am I at? We need to come over here and get the IRS. It's aligning. Let's just work through these and make sure everything is good. Those are fine. Auto brake will set in a minute. Anti-skid coming on. Body gear is armed. We might need a little bit of integrated lighting. I don't think any of this is simulated yet, but I always set it just because I know at some point in time this might be, and it's just kind of going to be nice to have. Those are all good there. The emergency lights, passenger lights are on. This is all fine. Let's turn the dome lights up here. All of that stuff is good. Radio masters can come on. Window heat can come on. All right, all that stuff looks good. Oh yeah, just try to recover your Challenger flight. That'd be a perfect plane if you're thinking about flying along. I heard somebody spawn in. Somebody over here in Kansas City. Hard to tell them. But yeah, anyway, it'll be good. It'll be good. All right, so I need to come over here actually, and I need to do something because we're not going to fly the typical route today. And I actually wanted to do this with you guys. So Wildcat 5, and what you're going to notice, the common theme today is we're going to be slant whiskey. We're not going to even use the LTN here. We're just going to use VORs, and we're just going to fly old school radio navigation. So Wildcat 5 departure for us, and so our first VOR that we're going to tune is Kansas City 113.25, and then Salina 117.1. Those will be the first two that we tune, just to make sure everything is working like it should. Shoot, I just closed that. Dang it. I've always wanted to fly this thing slant whiskey, and I did the other day, probably about, well, actually I did the 2 months ago when I was looking at I thought I was going to fly it for the last Bravo tour. Man, it was fun. It was just so much fun to fly it without worrying about all this business down here. This stuff is cool, don't get me wrong. This stuff is cool, but again, for the sake of time, it's just kind of nice sometimes to hop right in and get going. Plus, you fly all the departures and arrivals with VORs in this plane anyway. Unless you have upgraded to some more advanced avionics, you don't have the ability to fly any RNAV in this plane. I think it's slant. If you put your entire flight plan in here, I think you file slant Zulu. All right, so that's all ready to rock and roll. We can get the flight directors on. And again, there's all kinds of tests you do to make sure everything is working the way it should here. We're not going to worry about doing that. We need to come down here, get our weather on to standby, tilt it up a little bit here, and let's get the weather screens going. Shouldn't really need this today, but we will have it just in case. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it, right? And we are confirm. We need to confirm takeoff dry down here. Yep, TOD for the EPRL mode. All right, so APU is on, and we can send our ground services away. Disconnect the GPU.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Let's get the galley power on.
Ground power disconnected.
Gotta have fan and chillers, right? And let's get the pack valves going here as well, or packs going. Go airflow. Airflow is a good thing. Recircs on. I'm not going to worry about gas per fan today because we are a cargo plane, so we don't have passengers in the back there that need their little fan going. Plus, it's loud. We'll keep that turned off. Okay. Cruise altitude was 360, so we're going to set our altitude here. We set it 1,000 above. And then let's check, quick check here of our weather. Winds 290 at 7. Sorry, 220 at 7. 9 statute miles broken at 7,000. Overcast at 9,000. Temperature 22, dew point 19. Altimeter is 299.7. Right there. That's about all we need. 299.7. Let's come down here and get that altimeter set in every place that we need it. Oh, it was already there. Cool. 299.7, 299.2 there. Oh, it's already set. Actually, I love this test here. This is like my I love those old school flip down messages. All right, all that stuff looks good. Let's get the fuel systems ready. Fuel heat can come on. Booster pumps coming on. This one's already on because that's what the APU runs off of. Okay. Now let's go to the EFB here and let's get our performance set up here. So performance calculator, we're going to just read data from the load sheet and from the sim, our weather. There's our speed bugs. 125 is V1, 136 is rotation. Flaps up at 224. We're going to go flaps 10 today, so we'll set those. I heard the clicks. Stabilizer trim 3.2. Initial pitch is 17, and the optimal climb is 304. This is the one thing I don't do very well is get to that 304 or that optimal climb speed. We'll really try to do that today. See if we can, amongst everything, get that going. All right, we don't need pushback today because of where we're at. We can just put the lights on here, and yeah, we can get ready to start. So packs are going to come off, and we are going to, we need the, let's see, the air demand pump 1 on. We need electrical hydraulic pump 4 on. And parking brake, we need to make sure that that is set. It is set and indicating. Chocks can come off at this point in time.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
All right. If we were going to push, now would be the time. We're not, so we're just going to come back up here. The last thing before we take off or start the engines
Chocks
is
removed.
take the galley power off. And yeah, we are ready to go here. Starter valve is
Ready
going
to start
be
the
open.
engines.
Ready for engine start.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
And let's come over here. We're looking for and 2. We've got it. Cargo. Hey, my man.
Cargo fire.
What's going on, my friend? Nice to see you. Good morning, Skull. I did notice that you were up and streaming last night, but
Hello, Samson.
I had
20%
a
and 2.
had a really cute brunette that wanted to hang out with me
Fuel
last
on.
night, so I
Light
spent
up.
the night watching TV and eating fast food with my wife. It was our 33rd anniversary last night, and Downwind Sim, hello. So I know there was a lot of good stuff happening last night, but
Engine stabilized.
I was otherwise
Thanks, sir.
occupied.
Scrappy.
Oh man, who is the ascriber? Oh, it's Downwind Sim. Thank you. Holy cow, 25 months. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Ralph. Appreciate that. Okay, that's engine 1. Oh, gosh.
Starting engine 3. Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
I can report that I have successfully done a flight start in this plane. I don't know how it happened, but 3 or 4 flights ago, I actually lost engine 1 and 4, and I had to restart them in flight. Well, actually, I was kind of on a little bit of a descent at the time, and so that does in fact work, which I
20% and 2.
wasn't happy that I was in that
Fuel
position,
on.
but I was happy that I
Light
was
up.
able to make it start again. So yeah, it actually was a
Starter
really
off.
really great week. My youngest son came into town, so that's apologies for not having my usual Tuesday stream, but he came into town, just kind of an unexpected little spur of the moment trip, and we hung out, and yeah, just had a great
Engine stabilized.
couple 3 days, and then of course last night was
Starting engine
typically
2.
Friday nights is we kind of hang out anyway, so but
Thanks,
last night was
sir.
just a little
Scrappy.
extra special. So Steve-O, gifted sub to our friend Cargo Fire. So thank you, Steve. That's really nice of you, my man. There you go, Cargo Fire. It's that flaming dragon emote and you, and that's a match made in heaven. Steve, you've
20%
given
and 2.
6 gift subs, man. That's awesome. Thank you so very
Fuel
much.
on.
You know, you
Light
guys
up.
in your ascriptions remind me that excuse me. Coming up on Tuesday, I'm going to actually be doing a gift card giveaway stream. So make sure you come back. It's my normal midnight Zulu, 8 p.m. Eastern streaming time.
Engine
So
stabilized.
so come on back. We'll be in Northern Lights Tuesday, and yeah, we're going to be doing
Starting engine 1.
a little gift card giveaway. So appreciate that. You know, you guys that are so generous to give to the channel. It's my great pleasure to give it right back to you. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. It's in my mind, it's just a win all the way around, because I get to hang out with you guys and spend some time. It's just really
20% and 2.
It's just really good.
Fuel on. Light up.
It's really good medicine, I guess. Kind of hard to explain, but just a good way to either wind down the day, which is what my evening streams do, or kind of start the weekend off, which is which is what the Saturday stream does. And since it's been a monsoon here, the fishing's been terrible, so I haven't really been able to get out. So, yeah, might as well do a little of this.
Engine stabilized.
Alright, well, that looks like it is a good start on all 4 engines. Let's get some lighting. It's one of those deals where you, even though it's almost midday, well, not quite, I guess about 10 in the morning here. No, 9:17. You still get in those kind of shadowy conditions, and yeah, you just never know if you're going to need some panel lighting. This is a fairly dark. Ah, keeping the love going, Cargo Fire. Oh, Cargo Fire, you've messed around and got a hype train going. What the heck? you guys, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Let me get this APU turned off, and we will rock and roll. Close the gens now that we've got the engines going. That can provide all of our basic needs here. And bleed air can come off. Starter valve can come off. Galley power can come back on. And so can our packs.
Good job.
Yeah. Mike Stein, what's going on, man? Mike, I love your son's poem. That was so awesome. Thank you for sharing that, dude. That was way cool. And even better, like the picture of the sun was so that whole deal was cool. I love it. I love it. And now I see we've got a couple I mean, you could tell your son that his poem was so popular that there's been a couple of remakes, right? And imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Level 2 hype train going. Holy cow! And it's not even 8:30 in the morning where I live. Holy moly, cannoli! Cargo Fire. You dirty wascal. That was really nice of you. High five of gift ascriptions from our good friend Cargo Fire. Cargo Fire, the first round at FSE is on me, my friend. Thank you very, very much. And you guys, Zobital, Ori Darkwind, our friend Jim, Charlie 172 Juliet Hotel, Captain Casey, or Scott, the original Godspeed. If you're here, make sure that you express your gratitude towards our friend Cargo Fire, longtime supporter of the channel and one of the great streamers out there on Twitch. No question about it. You will see a lot of his influence on my stream, and anyway, that means a ton. I really appreciate that, Cargo Fire. Yeah, he is, Rob. There's no doubt about that. He is a legend. All right, let's see. I got to get now. Here's the thing. I got to get refocused, and you guys know how I am with my ADHD. Okay, so APU's off. Galley power's back on. Packs. I am at that point. Packs are on. Yes, confirmed on. I need to get all my air pumps to auto, and that is off. Cargo heat to normal. And I'm ready for taxi. Taxi. Let's confirm a couple things here. Number one, transponder goes to TARA. My EPRL is takeoff dry, and I'm going to go ahead and put my weather to normal.
International traffic, Voyager 190, general aviation ramp, texting the 19 right, Bravo 2, Bravo, Alpha 1, international.
Good to hear. Good to hear Rock Valkyrie on the comms. He has become a fixture and my co-star here on Saturday mornings. And great to hear you. Hey Rob, you're gonna get a kick out of this. I'm actually gonna share some things here a little bit later on that I found,
747,
and
clear out the slide.
you're going to get a kick out of it. But we're going to put these to flight start. And you've been a co-star for longer than you know, my friend. Longer than you realize. Challenger recovered, Steve-O. Awesome. Let's do a quick taxi brief here. And again, we're looking at winds are favoring a runway 19er would be fine. It's a 220 at 7. So what I'm going to try to do is figure out how to get out of here. Looks like I can go Bravo 3 onto Bravo, right hand turn onto Bravo down to the end here, and that's going to be our taxi plan. No departure. Oh yes, I'm sorry, Wildcat 5 departure. Sorry. So the departure, it'll be a right hand turn, and we'll track off of the Kansas City VOR on a 257 outbound radial toward Salina, I believe. Right? Yep, Salina. And that's how we'll get the heck out of Dodge. Out of Kansas City. Wrong Kansas town. Well, Kansas City, not Kansas. Although there is a Kansas City, Kansas. I don't know. It's all so confusing up here in the Midwest. Okay, we're going to do taxi lights here. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get going. I can get my chair adjusted. Oh. All right, she is ready to go. Little asymmetrical thrust. Gotta love it. Kansas City traffic, Atlas 816 heavy out of the cargo area, taxi on Bravo up to a 29er. Guys, thank you so much. Hype train level 2 completed, and what a great way to start things off. Again, please come back on Tuesday. You'll have a chance to win your money back. You know, there's a lot of you that want your money back after watching me fly, but you have a chance to win it back. I'll be doing a gift card giveaway, $25 to the winner. It's pretty easy. You just have to come in, get a raffle ticket, and you guys now that are subscribers you get 2 raffle tickets for the price of 1. So anyway, yeah. But would love to have you all back, even if you just want to come hang out for a little bit. That is the main point, right? As the well-known streamer Dane Flats would say, we do this for the company.
11816, I didn't hear you on Unicom.
Uh-oh. Try that again. Let's see if something's going on here. Orlando. Kansas City traffic radio check. I see my light is coming on here. All right, well, let's hang on. Let's see what's going on. Maybe there's something down here on the comms. Oh, geez. Yeah, no, that's turned on. That's good. Radio check, radio check. 1228. Nothing yet, Rob? Okay, that's interesting. All right, let me...
No, I don't hear you.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to check my settings here. All right. Oh, I think maybe I know why. Hold on here. Tests. Okay, I think there's something going on in my beat pedal here. One moment. I'll get up here and to the hold short line, and thank you for letting me know, Rob. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. All right, I can't do both. I got to get parked, and then I'll get started. see what's going on here. I'm just going to disconnect and reconnect here. See if this helps.
Fixing.
Test, test, test. Kansas City traffic radio check.
555.
All right, thank you for telling me that. And good fixins. Welcome, my friend. I know. MCO, MCI, potato, potato.
International traffic, Voyager 19 lining up and departing 19 right, Wildcat 5, departure to the west. International.
Flaps 10.
All right, got to set my flaps. My trim is, now I've forgotten the trim setting, 3.2, I believe. Let's come back here to performance, 3.2, and 17 degrees. I need to set that also. Pretty close to 3.2 as it is right there. 17 on the initial pitch. I think it only goes up to 15, but gives us a basic idea of where we're at on the flight directors. And 171 initially, and then we're going to shoot for 309 and see if we can actually do that for our optimum climb performance here. Kansas City traffic, Giant 816 heavy lining up 19er right. Flap set, stabilizer trim set, flight controls checked, taxi light, weather radar is on. Auto throttle needs to go to EPR. We are takeoff dry. Engine ignition switches are light start. Let's get lined up and we'll get the last few things ready to go here.
International traffic, Voyager 190, clear runway 19 right, departing to the west, point international.
Alright, body gear steering is off. We need to have a auto
Auto
brakes.
brake off. Auto brake off.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't like that because I'm holding the brakes right now. Landing lights. Whoops. All those need to come on. Strobe is on. Logo light can be on here as well. Probe heat coming on. All right. No messages there, and that's all we need. Okay. Kansas City traffic, Giant 816 heavy, departing 19er right, Kansas City.
Stabilized. Cross set.
Well, shout out to Melvin Roy. Who's that?
V1. Rotate.
Look at how fast this thing gets going, though. That's just crazy to me.
Positive rate. Gear up. Down to level up. Flaps 5. Gears up.
Through the localizer, let's make this right-hand turn and get going westbound. A little aggressive with the turn there, but I do it for you guys.
Flaps 1.
Okay, so initially we're looking for 250. I think we're going to be probably on like about a 280-ish heading here. So let's go ahead, we'll turn on the autopilot and we'll go vertical speed climb. And let's get our speed to 250 first. What are we climbing? About 2,500, that's good. Once we get to 250 initially, we'll set it to indicated until we're through 10,000, and then that's when we're going to try to shoot for that optimum climb speed of 309. 309. Here comes the radial. You can hear the trim adjusting there. What am I using for weather? I'm just using the standard X-Plane weather right now, Steve-O. Yeah, so I had a little... Here's the story with me and Active Sky. So I thought I had been doing all the required updates to get moved over from Active Sky 11 to Active Sky 12. I didn't realize that there was a whole separate download that I had to do. I was just, you know how whenever you start up Active Sky, it would give you that prompt of, hey, there's an upload. Oh, geez, I went past my deal here. Hold on. A little indicated. And so I've gotten myself into almost that perfect climb speed, but I'm a little early. I'm too fast, too early. But anyway, I didn't realize that there was a whole separate download. So I actually have to pay to get it now, and so I'm just kind of holding off. But yeah, well, yeah, oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm like, all right, well, yeah, it was my fault, but I reached out to them, and they were good. They explained everything, and they said, look, we had it out there every way we thought we could to let people know how to do it, and people like me, I just didn't read closely enough. I guess just didn't pay attention. So it's my fault. And but anyway, at the end of the day, you know, I just have to go back and repurchase it now. But I've actually just given this sim a try without, just to see, you know, kind of how it fares. I don't know. But oh, you're out of the country. Yeah, that's not good. That's pretty tough. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Like, my argument, I guess, is if you want to make it a paid upgrade, just make it a paid upgrade. If you want to give it to the people that currently own it for free, then just give it to them. There shouldn't be a time limit on that. But anyway, yeah. So, and I don't mind like I don't mind paying for an X-Plane 12 update. I really don't. Like, in fact, Steve-O, you and I, we like one of our favorite planes, that Piper Arrow 3 from V-Flight Air. That just got updated, and it's, you know, you're gonna have to pay a little bit to get that upgrade, which is fine. I'm good with that. The fact that so many of the aircraft that are being updated right now are being updated for free is awesome. But I also know that, like, developers put a lot of time and effort into that, and they deserve some compensation for it as well. So I'm not salty about it. It's just an extra step that I have yet to do, and I thought, it's a good reason or a good excuse just to try the default weather and see how if they've made improvements, and you know. So that's what we're doing. To make a short story long, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we are good. We're tracking outbound. This is the Kansas City VOR. This is the Salina VOR. And this plane is a lot of fun to fly, Slant Whiskey, because of this guy right here. We are going to be tracking the radio information from nav 1 right now. So that's what we're currently on right here. You can see 113.25. We're outbound on a 257 course. SIVA all the way. It's a fun one. Okay, so ideal speed. Let's try it. So we're a little slow, right? Let's try it. What I need to do, thank you for the reminder, Steve. What I need to do is go vertical speed, and I need to nose down just a little bit here until we get to 309. In fact, I'm going to set that bug here. Thank you for the reminder. I need these kinds of reminders, you guys. I get to 309, then we're going to re-engage the indicated airspeed mode, and we're going to, that should, in theory, get us up to our cruise altitude in the most efficient manner possible. Skydive Robs, LTN, man. Yeah, they both are so much fun, just from a historical standpoint. I mean, really, truly. This, to me, is the way to go if you just want something super fast. Like, hop in, start the plane, go flying. Because even the LTN, even as easy as it is, I mean, it really is simple to put in a flight route. It does take time. And anyway, so I don't know. I need to, and I'm better at the LTN. Oops, see, I'm losing my speed here. So let's go down to even 1,000 feet per minute. I need to get better at the LTN because I do think that is a really neat kind of in-between step from the old school SIVA to the modern FMC. Get close, you guys. We're getting close. And so I do want to learn it because there are some really cool things, like you can perform holds and like it's just kind of that evolution of FMCs. Okay, I think we're pretty close. Let's go to IAS mode and let's see what happens here. So we also now are, like, here's where I'm torn. Because I think I'm supposed to go to continuous climb mode now. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to continuous or to climb. This is the part I need to research more to see what I need to do. And I believe you leave it in EPR. Everything is good there. Coming over here, everything is good here as well. I don't know why this hydraulic quantity is low. I wonder if I turn those to continuous instead of auto. I might have. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. So that's not good. It's not good. I do have failures turned on, by the way. So this could be this could be an interesting deal. Alright. Seem to be doing okay so far. Skydive Rob, you're 100% correct. In fact, I bought the Tupolev, the 154, Patushka, just because of that. I've only flown it a couple times. I've been trying to learn how to fly it and trying to learn Russian at the same time. The Cyrillic font, not really learning Russian, but just the Cyrillic font. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a really cool plane, and I sort of have backed off of it now that he's made it free, and the community has started to, embrace it and make mods. And I'm waiting for that to kind of settle down a little bit, and then figure out sort of like what the the community mods, which ones do I need to put in and use, and then I'm going to try to get that guy going again, because that is a fun hidden gem of an aircraft, little 3-hole punch, and yeah, awesome. Yeah, so Rob, you're with me. Yep, there is. You're following that action too. So, and I hope that they, I don't. There's no hurry, but it'll be fun when it does get moved over, and because there's some things, that like the cockpit itself is really cool, but some of the font is getting sort of hard to read. It's not like it could be. Just the texturing could be sharpened a little bit, and that was really the hard part for me. Was, first of all everything was in Russian, but secondly, it was hard to read what the symbols were, and that made it doubly difficult. But I was able to get it up in the air one time and fly it around by hand. I flew a pattern or two at Anchorage, and so I have had that thing airborne, but to be able to do anything long haul wise, I need much more practice, and yeah, it'll be cool to mess with. Like I say, when the community gets it all squared away, I'm thinking it's getting quite a bit of love, because there really are some talented people that are working on it right now. And Felis obviously gave them quite a nice platform to build off of. Do this. Alright, should go to my after takeoff checks here, because I realized I don't have the gear up. Let's come over here. Let's make sure the cross-feed valves, these should be open, and everything is pretty balanced right now. Honestly, I probably could get away with not doing that, but that's okay. Fuel heat to auto. The EPR mode is going to come to cruise here in just a few. Yeah, we're good there. We're good there. Yeah, this optimum climb, it seems to be so. The problem that you get when you get into the flight levels, especially when you get over 300, is it's your rate of climb can sometimes get down here 400 or 500, and it just takes you forever to get where you're going. But I feel like if a guy could hold about 1,000 feet per minute, that's pretty good in a plane like this. And the main thing here is you just don't want to get too much pitch, because once you do, boy, it's really hard to overcome that, and you almost have to kind of descend a little bit and get your trim straightened out, all that stuff. And we don't want to do that if we can help it. We're going to 360, so we have 3,500 feet to go. I feel like we're in pretty good shape, and our speed is just right on the dot with where we want to be. So, did I file a flight plan? Well, you know what? A Valkyrie? I don't know if I have. Maybe I have it pre-file. It probably won't let me now that I'm moving. Crud. Let me see if it will. I don't think I have. Okay, it's going to be there now. Ooh, wow. All right. Oh, I need to flip over and start tracking my inbound course here. So let's we'll go to heading mode for just a moment here. We're going to flip to nav 2, and we're going to come over here, and we're just going to make sure that that is centered up. That's pretty good. And then we'll go back to VOR localizer, and there you go. 33 miles to run. And then for us, it's going to be off of Salina, 242, down here to Garden City, 113.3. So I'll preset that 242. And 113.3 will be ready to go in nav 1. Yeah, we are getting down to about 500 feet a minute. And this is interesting. We're right up against the barber pole now. So that's kind of curious that that's our optimum climb speed is pull out here. But Mach 0.88, I guess, is... I'm a rule follower, guys. You know me. I'm Mr. By the Book, Mr. Checklist, Mr. Safety. Oh, holy cow, Steve-O. What the heck? Alright. I'm not sure why that it's not climbing when we're doing this much speed. Well, we're starting to lose a little bit now, aren't we? Okay, man, we're getting kind of up there, aren't we? Let's do this. Let's hop, just for the last little bit, let's hop into vertical speed mode, and let's just go 1,000 feet a minute. Let's see how close we can get to keeping it at the speed that we want. Mike, I am planning on doing that for sure. That is a great event, and had a lot of fun doing that last year, so it's definitely on the agenda. A firm. Alright, doing okay. Kind of forcing 1,000 foot per minute, and our speed is holding, so we're good to go. Yeah, Steve-O, the Virtual USA Flying Club has an event tonight called Fly the Wild West. Has one of the, in my humble opinion, one of the best event banners that has been created. So I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's going to be cool. It was really fun last year, and some, of course, just incredible scenery down there. So, but yeah, check it out, Steve. You're a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, I believe. So just go to the events section and you'll see what we're talking about. Okay, almost time to flip from inbound to outbound, and it does not do this super gracefully. So what I like to do is get to about 6 or 7 or 5 miles. Whenever it starts to get a little bit loose, I like to jump it into heading mode, and then I'll adjust my my radial off, kind of off the line off the back end of it there. Yeah, it's a good time. It really is, Steve. A lot of uncontrolled airspace, so again, it's not, you know, don't have to worry too much about ATC, and but again, just some cool places to fly. All right, we'll make this jump into heading mode now, and we want to be 242 coming off of that VOR. And again, I'm tracking this guy right now, so you can see I'm left of course, but we'll fly past it a few miles. You kind of almost have to fly past it about 10 miles to see if you really are off. We're kind of in that cone of confusion here, so you know, we don't have to be too impatient. And then there's our next VOR waypoint. That's Garden City on 13.3. See, we're still 156 miles away there. So and we're at cruise, so very nice. So what I'm going to do is this. I feel like, guys, I feel like my 309 is like it's past the barber pole. So how about we do something a little bit more reasonable, like even 290. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna go to cruise mode, and I'm gonna go to speed, and that will hopefully hold me right there at about 290 or so. Yeah, that actually went pretty well. Really, really. All right. 12 miles past. Yeah, we're just a little off, so we'll nudge our heading 5 degrees over and try to intercept this outbound here. And, should be good to go. I think that's close enough. Let's go back to VOR localizer. Yeah, it wasn't quite close enough, so it's kind of a aggressive recapture of the outbound. That's okay. All right, let's go take a look here and see. Oh, we got all kinds of people. There's Rock Valkyrie and Voyager 190. Wait, he's showing twice here. I'm showing once. Okay, well, it's all right. All right, that sim flight plan. Yeah, there you go. We can see kind of where we're at, where we're going, and again, not expecting really any ATC. It's pretty early in the morning for these guys to be on generally. I am a little actually surprised to have really even anything here, considering it's only 10 o'clock in the morning here. So, but yeah, you know what? Normally, Rob and I, we're over here in this jumble somewhere. Two Americans gumming up some European or Asiatic airspace. Looks like they've got something going on here from the Soviet Union down maybe into where is this? Turkey, huh? Very cool. That's going to be a long haul type, 5-6 hour flight right there. Lots of awesome places to fly in this world, and again, I would encourage you to not be afraid to try an airspace that's outside of the U.S. My transition, I guess, if you were to want like an ease into foreign airspace suggestions, I would start with Canada. Canada and the U.S. are very, very, very similar in terms of just about everything, IFR, VFR, all that stuff. Then I would go to the UK or Australia, and again, fairly similar. But the thing about the UK and Australia is accent-wise, generally speaking, a little easier to understand if you're an English speaker. And then after that, honestly, like pretty much the rest of Europe is super fun and extremely good ATC and very patient, as long as you let them kind of know ahead of time that you're new, and you are trying to comply with what they're doing. I mean, and Rob, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but 99% of what you do when you're flying in the U.S., you do the same thing as you're flying in Europe or Asia. And so, if you can go direct to, if you can make your aircraft fly a speed and a heading and just comply with basic ATC directions, you'll be just fine. The challenge becomes kind of the language barrier, and it's interesting. The more you fly in a certain airspace, the more you kind of get used to the accent, basically, right? And yep, there you go. That's right. And Rob is just saying the same thing that I'm saying. So anyway, that's why I say the UK and Australia are kind of where you'd want to go to next. And then I would say the final destination would be kind of flying in Asia. And the reason why I would leave that for the end is because the Asiatic airspaces, it's all metric. So like, you don't cruise at 36,000 feet. You cruise at 6,200 kilometers or meters. I mean, like, so meters, I think they go. So anyway, it's you know, it's interesting in that regard. And again, they help you. Like, there's resources that are out there that help you convert and all that. And even SimBrief. Like, if you fly in Hong Kong, you're going to get a flight level of like 36,200 feet. And you might look at that and go like, that's a really strange cruising altitude. But the reason it is that is because, like, and this won't be the right math, but like 36,200 feet is 7,000 meters or whatever. And so yeah, it's that. So that's the third element that makes it kind of tricky, but also kind of fun. Always have this on. Feet to meters. Yeah, there you go. That's a helpful little resource that Rob is sharing. So and let us know. Let Rob or myself know. Rob actually has flown in these European and Asiatic airspaces a lot more than I have, and is actually very, very good. In fact, a lot of times I'll stall on stream so that he will be the first one to make contact and decipher like what departure we're using and all this and that. And then he tells me, no, here's what you need to do. Here's where you go. Yeah, but ask one of us in the Discord. We'll be happy to help you out. All right, well, we are getting close to, again, there's no official changeover point here on my sectional, so we're just going to kind of go about half and half. We're getting pretty close to that. And yeah, then I want to show you guys something that I think you're going to get a kick out of. There's actually two things I want to talk about. One is what I'm about to show you, and which is some memories, yeah, I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this. I did anyway last night. But then I also want to talk a little bit about some of the aircraft that have been popping up here, getting updated for X-Plane 12. So I'm going to do that, though. I'm going to wait until I do the changeover, because I need to also take a little bit of a stretch break, and we've got a 3-hour flight, so I'm going to make sure that we get up and move around a little bit. Alright, that's pretty close. So let's do this. Get our heading centered. Go to heading for just a second. Come over here to VOR 1. Get our course, there's always that little bit of drift, that little bit of adjustment you have to make. All right, go to localizer mode. We're 78 miles to our next waypoint. I'm gonna just take a quick stretch, refill my tea. I'll be right back. It was a bit of an extended break. Every time I go upstairs to check on things, my dogs always leave me a surprise. This time they had brought in this chunk of mud, like a clump of dirt that was just, anyway, they had played with it all over upstairs, so yeah, I had to do a little cleaning. But yeah, anyway, the joys of pet ownership. All right, so without further ado, let me show you something that I came across the other day. I don't know if you guys will. I think Rob was just trying to say something to me. Voyager 190, was that you? Just for you, damn
I am no good man. No, 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 no.
Never be able to unsee that again, guys. So I came across this top Twitch clips, and I've just been going through and enjoying some of the oldies but goodies. And I thought I'd share a few of them with you here. I don't know if you guys saw what happened right here. That was how hard I was pushing on the brakes. So, I have a chair on rollers and a hard floor. So I have like this piece of wood across that my chair will. I put the wheels over the top so it doesn't move, and I was pushing so hard that I popped my chair off. I was literally standing on the brakes. That really was a funny one. That was flying into Gibraltar. Let's see, we'll do one more here. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. Probably can't hear. I don't have clearance yet to land.
Not been cleared to land yet. Not been cleared to land yet.
Yeah, I don't think that was totally legal, but that was a pretty fun one in the old PC-12 Porter. All right, we'll watch some more of those. There's some pretty good ones there. There's a good fixins one here later on that I'll show you. But anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. That was sheer. That's called, if you are ever curious about searching really anybody on Twitch, you can go to twitchtracker.com, and that's me, Melvin Leroy Clips. But you can search just about anybody. Oh gosh, I'm through my localizer, and let's go to heading mode and just try to keep it pointed as we're going. I need to check real quickly. I am just passing Garden City, right? Yep, 13.3. I should be outbound on a 237. So let's see how close we are. Oh, not too bad actually. I'll turn a little bit back towards that, and that will be, yeah, we'll be outbound off of Salina to Cimarron, 16.4 after that. Beautiful. Yeah, I thought that might have been one of my clips too, but it's not actually. However, I do think somebody clipped that. I think that's been clipped over in my. I think it was on the propeller heads or something. But yeah, that was awesome. That was hilarious. Caught in the act. Oh, I wanted to kill my dogs. Oh man. Actually, that one I didn't want to because that was just one of my dogs that wasn't feeling good, so I felt kind of bad. Kind of bad for him. I just didn't want him making a mess, an explosive mess all over the place. Yeah, that was not on there, but there's some pretty good ones. It's kind of funny too because it'll go. Some of these are even all the way back to my P3D days, which I thought was kind of cool. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'll show you a few more of these in a bit. Let's go 5 more degrees. We're not quite get back on that localizer. We must have a little bit of a wind blowing us from right to left here. That's all I can think. That's pretty close. Be a little correction here, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of correction. All right. So then, I guess the other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about is kind of aircraft updates that have been popping up. Man, I tell you what, last month was a super busy month. Go back to my list here, and it seems like I had 5 or 6. Yeah, here's what was updated. By the way, if you don't know this yet, these are the planes that were updated from X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12 just last month. So the that Just Flight Thuranda Beech 76 Duchess, the X Scenery MU2, that Mitsubishi, that high wing twin turbine or turboprop, the Rotate MD-80, the Cowan Sim Bell 222, the Anybuilds A300, and the Nimbus BN2 Islander. So all of those were updated, and I think they all were free updates. No, they were not. The Rotate had a little bit of a cost, but the rest of them were all free updates. So if you own any of those aircraft, and they weren't the only ones that were updated, but they were the ones that I had in X-Plane 11 that were updated. Go check it out. And the Rotate has a discount code. If you owned it in X-Plane 11, go back to your X-Plane 11 download, and it'll have a code for you that will give you a discount for X-Plane 12. Now, in terms of how well they're working, this is kind of my grade so far. That the Beech Duchess, the Beech 76, I give that an A+. That thing is working just like I remember in X-Plane 11. It has the GTN 750 from Reality XP is working perfectly. Sounds great, looks great, flies great. That one is a winner. The MU2 also A+. Everything about that just top notch. Haven't really found a whole lot of quirks in that one. The Rotate MD-80, I give that one a B, just because there's a couple little small quirky things, and the performance was a little bit laggy, I thought. But otherwise, I thought it was really good. In fact, one of the things I liked is I feel like they redid the interior of the cockpit and made it kind of that. I mean, it was always a little blue, but really brought that blue out. Oh man, I love that old school blue. The Cowan Sim, the Bell 222, that's an A. That sucker is working super well. It also has good integration. The MU2 is you can run the GTN 750 and the Callinsim Bell 222. You can also, that one's really good. The Indie-Build's A300, gonna give it a C plus right now. It has a bunch of things that are not working right. The weather integration is not working right. There's an autosave feature that causes a crash to desktop. The fix right now is to go into the config file and make a change in the config file, which I don't love. Yeah, and then they just kind of say, yeah, there's no timeline for when we're going to fix those. It's like, here you go. Here's your A300 that you guys all wanted. Yeah, I know it doesn't quite work, but it's all we can do. So I give it a C minus. My expectations were here. Any builds sort of delivered here. And I don't know. Fingers crossed that it'll end up being as good as it was in X-Plane 11, but right now it's not. The BN2, the Islander from Nimbus, I give that one an A. That sucker still shakes, rattles, and rolls, and has all kinds of fun aspects to it. An enjoyable plane to fly, and I'm gonna get that guy on stream here. I think I have him. I have him in July. Let me see. Let me double check here. Maybe I do not have him scheduled yet in July. I'm gonna have to change that. I'm gonna have to change that. But anyway, those planes are all out and available for you. And then this month, these are the two that just heard about and have just recently updated from B-Flight Air. Well, let's start with the Twin Comanche. This is not one I have, but this has now been updated for X-Plane 12. I know a lot of my friends have this plane and love it, and so anyway, that's out there. This one is it's 35 bucks, but I'm almost positive it is part of the 40% off coupon that you get if you're a previous owner. So I don't own that one, but I do own these. Not B-Flight Air. That's where I want to go. B-Flight Air, there we go. I do own these. The Cessna 150 Commuter. This guy has been kind of revamped. I don't know if it's a full-on rebuild, but it is. It has some really neat new features. And you would think, oh, it's a commuter, it's a trainer, right? And yes, you'd be right about that, but it has got so much character. It is just, I mean, I don't know, it's just a joy to fly. You can make it as simple as you want it, or you can put a GPS in it and you can fly complex IFR routes, whatever you want. And so it has a pre-flight walk around where you can look, and they've got so much of it modeled. It looks really great. I'm not a big fan of painting teeth on an airplane. Like, okay, that was cool when you're a World War II fighter pilot, but like, you don't do that to your Cessna 150. But that's just me. But anyway, it now has 4 panel states. It used to have 2. One was a trainer, one was a commuter. The trainer one had like bare minimum in terms of I think it had, you could tune a VOR. That was about it. It had a radio and a transponder. You could tune a VOR, all the way up to the commuter one, which had an autopilot, and again, you could fly a full instrument landing if you wanted. And but there's like a combination of 4, so you kind of mix and match a little bit. Anyway, really fun plane. Highly recommended. If you already own it, it's $15 or something. If you don't, it's $30, and yeah, it sounds weird, but like it's a Cessna 150 that's worth $30. I don't know if I could say that about other aircraft, other Cessnas. Am I going to fly the Duchess tonight? I haven't decided, Rob, what I'm going to fly tonight. Honestly, I have not decided. There's a lot of choices. Last time I flew this event, I actually flew in Fussy Pants, and so I'm kicking around maybe the Chancellor. I don't know. All right, and then this is the other one here. This is the Piper Aero 3, the Piper 28R, the Turbo Aero 3. And I have not flown it yet, but from what I remember, this is another one of those planes that multiple panel configurations, so you can put like the Aspen in there, or this is their version of the Avidyne. I think it's a custom V-Flight Air Avidyne. You've got all the people you can put in, all that good stuff. But this is another fun aircraft, and looking forward to jumping in it. Now, Good Fixins took it out and flew it and said there's a couple issues, so I'm reserving my judgment yet on this one. I'm also reserving my judgment on the Cessna 150. Although I do like it, I did have a crash to desktop while flying it the first time, so I'm not sure if that was just me, should have had a clean restart, or exactly what. Oh, you're flying the Duchess tonight. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a great choice of aircraft. But yeah, both of these planes in X-Plane 11 were definite winners, and yeah, I guess if you're looking for something in either category, these would be ones I would consider looking at. Strobe and nav lights seem to be broken in Thuranda, but that won't stop you. Oh, beacon. I haven't actually flown the Station Air in a while, just because of some strangeness in, like, Thuranda kind of has, like, they've pushed that out early and have not really updated it, and I think it's sort of catching up to them. So yeah, I haven't been able to fly it either for a little while. All right, what else has been updated, by the way? These are ones that I don't necessarily have all these, but the T6A Texan 2, which is an angle of attack indicator, that was updated the 1st of this month. That guy here, that's that little military trainer. If you like that kind of stuff, I don't believe I own any angle of attack simulation products. I can't speak to the quality of that. The Magnite 787 Aviator was updated as well right at the end of May. Again, this is another one I can't really speak to. I don't own any Magnite stuff, and so if you guys out there know about either of these two developers, you can let me know. There's the Islander. There's the Cowan Sim. Wait for the flight factor is what Rob Valkyrie was saying. Yep. Okay. So the Cowan Sim. So both of the variants of the 222 were released. I think the UT is the one that does. Yeah, it's a skid variant. Whereas the one that I have, the 222B, has the wheels. So, welcome to the Melvin Shopping Club. No, I'm not promoting anything. I'm just saying what's been updated. And again, my hat's off to the developers, because by and large, these things have all been made available for free. How about the Edge 540? Oh, that little Red Bull acrobatic plane there. Vertigo 540. Yeah, I have no idea about this. Vertigo design. No idea. No idea. Here's what I would say about this just initially. This is just me. And downwind sim, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Alright, well there's a little bit of, okay, I feel better now. Any developer that all you get are these kinds of shots, you sort of want to avoid. If they don't show you some interior shots of the panel and all that stuff, yeah, it's an avoid at all cost situation. But that doesn't appear to be the case with them. That appears to be just fine. There's another one, the extra 330, and looks like this is scenery. Yep, French scenery. Same with this. Yeah, France VFR. So France VFR has updated a bunch of their scenery. There's the vans. That was this is a duo in angle of attack. Anybody have these aircraft? How are they? Vans are kind of interesting because these are the kit planes, right? Yeah, Mike Stein is familiar with these. So anyway, a couple of those vans have been updated as well. The Piper Aztec X Hangar. X Hangar's Piper Aztec. Again, I don't have any of the X Hangar stuff. I always feel like their modeling is just not quite. Exterior wise looks okay. There's no PBR. I mean, there's a little bit of reflection, I guess, but I always feel like they're close and like getting there, but not quite. Anyway, I don't own any of this stuff though. It might be really good. Might be really good for all I know. Web FMC X Pro. Here's St. Croix. The Just Flight should have added in Tobago. I think these are those little. Yeah. So Just Flight. I do have several Just Flight aircraft, and they're very good. They are very good. I mean, just look at the difference in the texturing here. Just the level of detail. Just a little bit more than what you see with the X-Hanger guys. Reflections and just the PBR. Yeah. So yeah, if you have these planes, again, they've been updated. Go check them out. I don't know if they're free or not. Here's the only other Just Flight, or here's the only Cessna 152 I've ever thought about getting. And that's the Just Flight one, just because of how good they generally are with their stuff. But I really am happy with the V-Flight Air one, so I don't see myself getting this, even though I heard it is good. But I don't know, that extra 2 horses, that seems like a lot. The Archer, again, Just Flight Archer, updated. What am I doing, by the way? No, I'm still good. I got 74 miles. And then we're down to the Duchess, the Q400. Oh, I forgot the Q4XP. Yeah, so it's been available for X-Plane 12 for a while now, but it did receive a nice update back early May. The Tolus A320, same deal. It received an update in early May. That's working really good. And then Aero Practice. It seems like Mike Stein, you just picked this Aero Pract up. Fly like a pro. Angle of attack indicator on there. Very nice. Yeah, this looks like a cool plane. Does this qualify? Is this an ultralight? Is it in that category, or is it just a light sport? What category does this guy fall into? Engine with wings category. San Francisco X Enviro. There's the Skymaster. This is the Sky Touch Skymaster. Light sport, okay. So there's the Sky Touch, and then I also know that Thuranda has done a Mixmaster there. So anyway, that's kind of, we're back into April now, but so yeah, so check out any of those if you own them. You probably got an email, but always worth, you know, seeing if it's a free update, and always fun to sort of reclaim those old aircraft. In many cases, well, like the Cessna, that 150, that little trainer. Like I hadn't flown that for months, so that was really fun to have that back, and need to get that mixed back into the things. Now on my list of aircraft that I hope are updated, and you guys can add to this list, X-Plane 11 aircraft that I hope will soon be updated. Let me find my current list. Here are my top 5. Oh, stand by. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay. At number 5, my top 5 aircraft that I hope get updated this month. It's the Hot Start TBM 900. Yeah, come on, guys. It's I've been without my TBM for a long time now. It's time to get that sucker updated and brought over to the X-Plane 12 world. At number 4, the Leading Edge Sim Saab 340. I know this is really, probably of all my aircraft that I hope get moved over, this is the longest shot, because they've never officially said it's going to be updated and supported into X-Plane 12, but they've left the door open. And you know what that means. If someone says, like if you ask your dad something when you were a kid, if you asked your dad something, he said he would think about it, that means the answer is no. Okay, but if you ask a developer if they're going to develop and update their aircraft for X-Plane 12 and they say they're going to think about it, that means yes in your mind, right? But anyway, that's number 4 on my list. It'd be number 1 on my list if I wasn't so pessimistic about it actually coming over. Number 3 is the Just Flight BAE 146. I so badly want the BAE 146. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to break down and buy it in Microsoft Flight Sim if it's not going to be updated for X-Plane. Number 2 is the FlyJ Sim 727. FlyJ Sim, come on, guys, come on. I need a 3-hole punch, please, 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 please. And then the number 1 X-Plane compatibility wish list aircraft. You guys can probably guess it. You can probably guess it. The Thuranda Beaver. I need my DHC-2. I need Thuranda to stop making stationaires and caravans and Mixmasters and like get back to, like, you've got the Beaver, you've got the Porter, you've got the Kodiak, you've got some right proper bush planes, man. I need one of those, and I would love to have that Beaver back. There's no doubt about that. No, I'm not buying the reality expansion pack for it. No, I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I feel like if I buy that, I'm enabling them to not finish updating their product because they know somebody else will. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. All right, I digress. Things that you say on a long haul flight with no ATC. I think we're getting close. Yeah, we are 35 miles. So, we've been tracking outbound. We should have switched over a long time ago, guys. So let's do this. Let's go to heading mode. Let's go over to nav 2. Let's center this guy up a little bit. Yeah. And go back to localizer. Okay, when we come off of, this is the Cimarron VOR. We're coming out of here. There's Cimarron. 241 heading for 204. Set that up. We'll be ready to go. Just a little bit of a right-hand bend in the road here. Yeah, 30 miles. Jet, what are you doing, dude? Let your brother lay down. Okay. All right, you know the other thing we need to do, and I don't know if the advertisement has come by yet. It probably has. But as you know, we are currently flying leg 17 of this Bravo tour, the series we've done since December of 2021. It's our attempt to visit all the Class Bravo airspaces in the U.S. And we are currently on our 17th trip, on our way to Miramar Marine Air Base. And we have another flight coming up in July. Our next leg is going to be from Miramar to LA. So it's a very short hop. And I am going to be doing something a little different. See if I have it pulled up here. Yeah. Since it's such a short leg here, I mean, it's only San Diego basically to LA, right? It's not long at all. And so what I thought would be kind of fun to do would be to try to do one of these legs in a helicopter. I mean, we haven't really had a chance to do that yet. And so that is what we're going to be choosing from. So here is what you have. You can vote on the H125 from X-Plane, the H145 from Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Bell. Ooh, this should be this should be 222, not 206. I don't have the 206. Bell 222 in X-Plane 12, or the Bell 412. I think all those would be kind of fun to have. Heck, you know what? I might even do this. We might as well put the let's put the R44 in there. Why not? So you've got all kinds of options for helicopters. I'm going to copy this down, and I would like you guys, if you don't mind, just take a second and cast your vote. Which helicopter would you like me to fly from Miramar to LA in leg 18? I'm finding all kinds of typos here. Leg 18 of the Bravo tour. Yeah, and then after that, by the way, after we go to LA, the next leg is LA to Cleveland, so a little bit more of a longer haul, and I'll put some aircraft choices out there for you again. But if you're tuning in and wondering what this is, basically you get to pick the aircraft that I fly from point to point, and then the wheel of names picks the next airport. So we've already selected Cleveland as our next airport, and we're going to actually jump in here and we're going to pick the airport after Cleveland, just so we kind of know what's coming up down the road. Always good to be looking ahead a few. And yeah, so there's a lot of airports still out there. I think there's a grand total of, what did we say, 46 Class Bravo airspaces. So we have a lot still to visit. And yes, there it is, Honolulu. It's still out there. It still could potentially be selected. And I know you guys are all hoping for Boston to Philly, or Boston to Honolulu, because I think that's the longest possible Class Bravo route we can have. But let's see where we're going after Cleveland. Here we go. And, all right, Cleveland to Detroit. So the reason why this is important is because if we go Cleveland to Detroit, that is a fairly short leg. And to need to get my font squared away here. So we might be able to do a double header, Cleveland to Detroit, and so we're going to spin one more time, because if I can get another airport that's semi close to Detroit, then we'll make it a double header on that leg. So let's see where we're going. Detroit to LaGuardia. Hey, that might be a fun double header. We'll put that down here and have it ready for so it might be